I tell you though, I'm exhausted from all this rehearsing. I would really like to just go do the movie.
You know, that's what everybody's saying now. They would like the movie to start.
Yeah, at some point. I mean, enough with this already, with the reading of the lines. But anyway, Robin, go ahead.
Well, a lot of people have been faxing me this, so I think this is where I should start.
All right.
Did you hear about Kathie Lee's clothing line?
No.
Yesterday, well, you know that she and Walmart have a deal where there's the Kathie Lee clothing line for women who go to church and go to work.
Why is America allowing this to happen? Why are they making this a rich woman? Why are they doing this?
Well, listen to this. There's even more reason to question this now.
For women who go to church and to
go
work.
To work.
Oh.
This is her clothing line will take you from church to work.
Oh, isn't that sweet?
She's wonderful.
She's just such a wonderful
Won't take
person.
You to temple.
Right.
But from church
this is a
to
Jew.
Work.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yesterday in Washington, a man took a seat before Congress and announced that Kathie Lee's clothing line is made in Honduran sweatshops.
Of course.
Where they use child labor.
Of course, that's the mother of the year.
Some of these children, ages, I think, 13 to 15 years old, work for starvation wages of 31 cents to 39 cents an hour.
This cow is so...
8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday and from 8 to 5 on Saturday.
I told you about her. This cow is so friggin' worried about everybody in the world and everyone, and she loves children. She's writing children's books, and Cody and Cassidy House.
Little Cody.
Meanwhile, healthy children are in these countries working 24 hours a day in sweatshops, and she could care less.
So she can have another yacht vacation.
Yeah. Well, as long as Cody and Cassidy don't have to work in sweatshops.
Now, of course, she and Walmart. I'd like to point out, too, that Walmart really is the culprit that goes out and makes these deals.
Right.
To have this clothing line made.
I'm sure, by the way, Walmart...
And they don't bother to check the backgrounds of the shops they contract with. But they couldn't sell private parts.
Yeah, they couldn't sell my book. But child labor laws...
Child labor, children were tortured to get your book published.
Walmart's a bunch of phonies.
Walmart has no problem going to the Honduran company that enslaves these children.
Walmart should sell kitty porn.
Incredible profit.
Walmart should sell kitty porn. They're into it. They're worried about private parts of the book. A book they're worried about.
Now they're saying, of course, that they've severed all ties with this company, which just means they'll go to another company and not check out their background. As long as nobody knows what's going on, they're safe and happy.
Kathie Lee. Incubus.
A Kathie Lee spokesperson.
Don't you love when Kathie Lee does something wrong? It's so great. It's so
That's
great.
That's what I said. I got 50 billion copies of it.
And you know what's great? We really don't do anything wrong. We really don't.
No.
There's nothing on us. We don't have clothing companies to rip off our listeners with, and we don't put children to work. The worst we have is Jackie's basement. What goes on down there?
Oh.
But that's adults.
Gifford spokesman Ron Connicky.
Ron Connicky, him? Yeah, I love when she does wrong.
Said that Kathie Lee Gifford formed her clothing line to benefit children.
Oh, benefit her children, Cody and Cassidy.
And would never condone, tolerate, or accept the exploitation of children.
Then why did she accept it?
Oh, when she became aware of the problem.
Oh, I see. Kathie
she
Lee
immediately contacted Walmart.
Let me tell you what the headline in the paper should have been today. The front page of the Post and the Daily News. Kathie Lee tortures chinks.
Oh, chinks?
Boom. Yeah, they abbreviate everything on the front page of these.
Honduras is not...
That's not Chinese?
No.
No, too bad. Whatever. Well, whatever they are. What are Honduras?
It's in South America.
Oh.
South America.
Kathie Lee tortures Hispanic children.
I think Honduras is in South America.
Who knows?
Recollection serves me correctly.
It's China. It's a difference.
It's China.
Who cares? Where is it? Like you could win an award for knowing where it is. Guarantee you Kathie Lee doesn't know where it is. Who knew Tasmania was in Australia?
But that's the big news today, that Kathie Lee Gifford's clothing is made by the little fingers of starving children.
Oh, and you should see what those kids look like. They got flies around their heads. They got rice coming out of their bellies.
While you're wearing that Kathie Lee clothing to church, pray for the children who made it.
Yeah. All you hogs who bought that crap. Probably the ugliest crap, all phony fibers and crap. I love when Kathie Lee screws up. I can't wait till her kids grow up and embarrass her. That's going to be the best. I got to be on the air for that. That's the only reason I stay on the air. People say, Howard, why do you still stay on the air? I'm waiting for Kathie Lee's kids to grow up so they can come on the show.
It's funny because there's also a story in the paper today that she and Frank Gifford took in Big, the new Broadway musical, and declared that they liked it very much, but they think that the sex scenes in the second act are a little too racy for Cody.
Well, what about for Giff? I mean, he's left enough women. He's had enough sex.
I just feel so bad for this poor Cassidy. It seems like nothing matters as far as she's concerned.
Yeah,
they're always concerned about what Cody will see.
Yeah, Cody.
And what Cody will experience.
This is Satan. I tell you that when Cody grows up, it will all be over for Kathie Lee. It will be the final embarrassment. He will be on Geraldo, talking about how much he hates his mother. I am Satan. This is Satan's plan. Kathie Lee will suffer when our children become adults and they grow up to hate her. When they learn that their mother worked little children in sweatshops making those crappy clothes. Big phony baloney. And then they will come to Howard Stern and become his child. My name is Satan. I have spoken. Wait till you see. I predict that at 18 years old, Cody will write a tell-all Dick and Jane book exposing the mother and all the horrors that went on in that house. No child can be that indulged and not grow up to be a total mutant. This is Satan.
Thank you, Satan, for checking in on the show.
Also in the news, we had a little trouble understanding this whole Stone Temple Pilots thing. They've announced that they're canceling a bunch of tour dates that were coming up because of Scott Weiland's continuing drug problem. Well, now I'm understanding a little bit better. His family turned him in.
Oh, great. Man, we got to get those guys back on.
He was on probation because last year he was arrested in Pasadena and charged with drug possession after officers found cocaine and heroin in his car.
Holy mackerel.
Prosecutors agreed to drop the charges if he completed a year-long drug program.
Okay.
But I guess in the last couple of weeks, his family became aware that he was still using, even though he was supposed to be in rehab.
Right.
And they turned him in.
Wow.
So now a judge has ordered him into mandatory 4 to 6 month rehab.
What kind of parents are those?
I don't know if it was a wife, a brother, or a sister. All I know is that somebody ratted on him.
Hey, the guy's got to go out on tour.
So now he's going to be in rehab for 4 to 6 months nonstop under 24-hour supervision.
Yeah.
In other words, he cannot be trusted a second alone.
Oh, there's a party. Poor Scott, he was just in here.
He was fine.
He looked great.
You checked his pupils, didn't you?
He was fine. I wish I had functioned that well. What else?
So there it is.
Yeah.
That's why he's, because we were like, why don't they you can tour if you're in rehab? No, when a judge orders it to be mandatory, there's no getting out anymore.
Right.
So that's why that tour was all scuttled.
His balls, they're busting. Just because he's famous. Every drug addict they got here in New York, they let run around on the street.
Yeah, but I think also his family is trying to save his life.
Really?
They must be commended for that, don't you think?
No, because if he dies, those records will be worth more money, the estate, and they'll get full control.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
Can't they watch him 24 hours a day on tour? Joe Walsh used to have a guy who would go on tour with him and watch him.
That was the same guy with John Belushi.
Yeah.
And you see what happened to him?
All right, one mistake. What, are you going to point that out? Jeez.
It's not possible. They get away from you.
You're talking about Smokey?
Yeah.
Smokey's a good man.
Smokey's an excellent guy.
All right, so he had one mishap.
But you saw Joe.
Yeah. So Belushi got away from him for a night.
You saw Joe when he was with Smokey.
Smokey's the man.
You saw Sam with Smokey.
Oh, yeah. I remember when Sam Kinison hired Smokey. Keep an eye on him. Smokey. Wasn't that great when Smokey used to come by?
Do you read that in Wired? Smokey followed Belushi around?
Yeah.
And he said he let him go into a bathroom where there was a window that was so small, no human could have fit through it.
Right.
Belushi crawled through it to go get drugs.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a heroin joke?
Yeah, I don't blame Smokey for that Belushi thing. I really don't.
No, you can't.
Why can't they get Smokey for Scott Weiland at Stone Temple Pilots? Bring him out.
I don't know. Who would want that job?
It's people like you who ruin Smokey's reputation.
I'll tell you, I spent a couple of afternoons with Joe without Smokey.
Yeah.
And it was a tough time.
Right. Joe is rough.
Yeah, the Eagles have to be commended.
Yeah. I heard, this is really weird. The night of the Rainforest concert,
Don Henley?
Yeah, Don Henley was there. But anyway, so Don Buchwald, my agent, called me and he said, hey, this is right before I was going to the Rainforest concert. He says, hey, I just heard a weird rumor that Joe Walsh died.
I heard that same rumor that night.
Yeah. So I got freaked out and everything because we were going to go see. And Don Henley didn't reference it or anything.
Right.
I thought that was kind of cold.
I hadn't heard that.
Yeah, but it turns out Joe Walsh is alive, I guess.
There are tons of rumors about Joe Walsh dying every few months.
Joe might be dead. Who would know?
They're going on tour again this summer, so he must still be alive.
Well, they stuff him and prop him up and bring him out. He's a lot less trouble.
Joe could have been dead and in here.
Yeah.
There's not much difference.
Let me take a break.
Joe has not spoken to us once since he got back with the Eagles.
Yeah, I know. That's his whole... He's the new Joe Walsh, Robo Joe Walsh. They cleaned him up and put him out on stage. Believe me, once that Eagles thing stops, he can go back to drinking on this show.
That's true.
We'll be back right after
He only remembers us when he's drinking.
Yeah. We're his drinking pals.
We'll return to the Howard Stern Show after these... The Howard
Yeah. Okay, Robin, let's get back to the news. What else is going on?
Everybody's still talking about the mass murders in Australia.
The guy's a good-looking guy, the mass murderer.
He was a surfer dude.
Yeah, he was really good-looking. Did you see that picture of him?
Oh, yeah.
It's always weird when a good look like remember Ted Bundy was pretty good looking?
Yeah, he was an excellent looking guy, and that's how he talked all those girls into going with him.
Like John Wayne Gacy looked like a mass murderer.
He looked like he needed to sneak up on people and trick them.
Yeah, it's amazing that he was able to trick anybody.
Yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer, he needed to go and lure people away with money.
And drug them. Yeah.
Or whatever he was doing.
But this guy's Liam Neeson. I mean, he's hot.
Well, he's very hot now since he burned off, a lot of his skin.
Right, good.
But they say that he's had many, many years of mental problems. They're now looking into some suspicious deaths that also occurred previously, the murder or the suicide of his father. His father was found at the bottom of a well with his weight belt, his son's weight belt around his neck.
So now it's clear that this guy was not only mental all these years, but clearly he was on a killing spree.
They don't know. That was termed a suicide when it first happened. But now they're looking back at everything, and they say, wait a minute, he had been taken in by this wealthy woman who was in her 50s, and people assumed that they may have had some kind of a sexual relationship.
Yeah.
That she willed her $650,000 estate to her surfer friend.
Yeah, I mean, this guy had money.
And then all of a sudden she dies in a car accident.
Yeah.
She had told a neighbor a number of times that, she took him in because his parents couldn't handle him, but that also when they were driving, occasionally he'd grab the wheel and run her into a ditch or into a pole. And then one day her car veered off the road and went right into another car head on.
And he was in the car.
He was a passenger in the car. So it wasn't like he tried to kill you without risk himself.
Right.
But, still, they're saying, wait a minute. If he was doing this stuff, maybe he was the one who grabbed the wheel and drove it right into this oncoming car.
See, remember you were talking to me like how could a guy kill his wife and stuff and get away with it? Tons of guys.
I knew you'd say this.
Yeah.
This is the perfect murder.
Tons of guys get away with it, except this guy's so nutty, he went on a killing spree. He probably killed his father now, it looks like.
Yeah, because the father was the executor of the estate.
Yeah.
And they apparently had a falling out about how the estate was being handled, and the next thing you know, he's at the bottom of a well.
And he apparently killed the woman who willed him all this money.
Yeah. Then he goes, nobody knows what sparked this shooting spree, though, where he just went in and just started shooting people in a restaurant and then going down the road shooting people. They say that most people were shot in the head.
Yeah.
And the other question I had was, do you think... Now, one person who survived this, an American, now says there were no heroes in Sunday afternoon's carnage in Australia, that when the shooting started, everyone was hoping that they would just not be the next target. But then again, I see in the paper stories of guys who lunged to shield their wives and children.
Right.
And were shot in the process.
I'd say that's a hero.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there was another guy who was shot while covering his wife. Now, do you think that this would have occurred to you?
No, I would have run.
You would not have been.
I would have left the wife and kids and run. I would have run like a skunk.
You would not have grabbed someone you loved and tried to save them?
Oh, no, I would have grabbed like young kids and used them as a shield. Oh. A human shield. I want to live. I have a survival instinct that is second to none.
Don't you think they want to live? Don't you want your children to live?
Hey, you know what? I'm much more famous than them and the world needs me. No, I'm a skunk. I would run so fast away from that scene. I would say, honey, every man for himself.
Get on top of me.
Get on top of me. Kids, honey, get on top of me. Get the family dog. Get them all up. Pile on top of daddy so nothing happens. I'll pretend like I'm dead.
Oh, you're horrible.
Oh, yeah. Hey, how come we didn't play your news intro today?
And now here's Robert Crazy with the news.
Like it's my job.
You talked over your news intro. Wait, go ahead.
And now here's Robert Crazy with the news.
Oh, man. Oh, I'd be down on my knees begging if that guy got a hold of me. Anyway, go ahead.
So anyway, they officially charged this guy with the murders. The death toll is now up to 35 because they did actually find the body of the other hostage in the burned rubble of that place he was holed up in.
Okay.
And like I said, we still don't know. They're waiting to question this guy, see if they can find out exactly what set him off.
Kids, Daddy needs a human shield. We're going to play a game called Human Shield. This is in case any maniac starts firing.
That you're going to rehearse them now.
Yeah, right.
To jump on top of Daddy.
Human shield for Daddy. I gave you life. You got to protect me.
President Clinton has ordered the release of stockpiled crude oil to bring down gas prices.
Right on. What did he do? I don't even follow that.
I told you, gas prices have been rising. Of course, as wealthy as you are,
right,
you don't notice what the price of gasoline is.
Doesn't faze me at all.
But prices have been going up. You can find prices as high as $2 a gallon in California, which
That's
is
why
one
we don't
of the
live
states
there.
hardest hit.
Yeah.
By these increasing gas prices. No one knows exactly why they're saying it's partially because of the expense of creating these less toxic gasoline so that we keep the air a little bit cleaner. And also the fact that there was a lot of demand for heating oil in this long and brutal winter we just went through. So the president, knowing that it's an election year, is trying to do something to hold prices where they are. And he has ordered the release of some crude oil.
Where are those
stockpiled?
Where are those rat Jap bastards, the Kuwaitis, who we saved their ass? Where's our gas? Where's our oil? Those creeps.
If you import more oil, Howard, you still have to pay for it. They're not giving it away.
I'm sick of those Japanese.
The Japanese?
Yeah.
What do they got to do?
The Kuwaitis. Isn't that Japan?
No.
Oh, I see.
You are so crazy.
I don't know. We save all these guys' asses, and now we're busy paying. We should be paying 10 cents a gallon, based on those Kuwaitis. We saved their ass. They wouldn't have any gasoline or oil.
They wouldn't have a country.
They wouldn't have anything. Can you imagine us begging for oil?
We're not begging.
And why is Clinton releasing reserves? Hey, Clinton, give us everything you got. What are you holding back? Clinton, this is a guy who's busy trying to save money over there with that Whitewater.
He did have to give his videotape testimony the other day, over the weekend.
Goddamn sand maggots. You go over there and you risk human life for them, and
Excuse me, you're referring to people as what?
Sand maggots. Those are the Kuwaitis.
Why are you calling them that?
Because they're a bunch of pussy cowards who we had to go over and protect from that quack. What's his name? Hussein or whatever his name is.
Saddam.
Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein. The guy Gazint. Whatever his name is. We went over there so we'd have oil. We don't go just over anywhere.
Nobody's holding back oil, Howard.
We shouldn't be paying anything for it. That's our oil.
Well, that country wouldn't survive very long if somebody didn't pay them for oil.
Sand maggots.
Very well. Spew your racist statements.
Fine. Sand maggots. I stand by that.
President Clinton enjoys his widest lead yet over Bob Dole in a new survey. The CNN USA Today Gallup poll says that if the presidential election were held right now, Clinton would beat Dole 58% to 37%.
Oh, yeah.
Well, listen, I'm voting for Clinton. I'll tell you why. Abortion. Period. Goodbye. Goodbye, Dole. Get out. That's it. It's over. I can't vote for a guy who's nuts on that with a religious right crap. I'm a Clintonian.
A search for the body of former CIA Chief William Colby is due to resume this morning in the waters near his Maryland vacation home. Colby is presumed drowned after authorities say there was an apparent boating accident. He talked to his wife on Sunday and said he wasn't feeling well, but he was going to go boating anyway. Canoeing, I guess, was his thing.
Where was Ted Kennedy?
Ted Kennedy was not around, Howard.
Okay, good.
The guy was 76 years old. He ran the CIA under Presidents Nixon and Ford.
Oh.
Yes, he did. They say foul play has not been ruled out, but they believe that it might have been a boating accident because his canoe was found on Sunday on a sandbar a quarter mile from his home overturned. His absence wasn't noted until Sunday night. Apparently, he went on the canoeing trip on Saturday, so he must have talked to his wife that day. Neighbors say the water was rough on Saturday and not good for canoeing, so we don't know. They're going to start dragging again. Here is Lieutenant Mark Sanders of the Maryland Natural Resources Police.
Lieutenant Mark Sanders?
Mm-hmm.
If you drown and submerged, the body will not move. It will stay in a set location on the bottom.
So the divers will continue to search for a body.
A body, if it drowns, stays on the bottom?
Well, I guess in a river or lake, when
Really?
the current isn't that great, I guess it just stays down there.
Well, I learn something every day. That's good to know.
I thought they washed all over the place.
In case I ever have to kill someone, I'll throw them in the water.
Oh, stop it.
Thank you for that tip.
Good Lord. There's also a story in the paper today
Right?
about a judge who released one rape suspect without bail and only set bail at $1,000 on another suspect.
Yeah, what's that all about?
The
judge is a woman.
Victims of the rape were two sixth graders.
Wow. And they let the guy just walk?
Let two guys just walk.
Jeez.
And when they asked the judge, she decided to, she had to come up with some excuse. She said, well,
They're kind of
neither
cute,
one
these
of
guys.
the victims was hurt.
They were raped.
Yeah,
Sixth
I don't
graders.
know what you call that, but they didn't come to any physical harm, and they all knew each other, and nobody went to that apartment against their will.
There's a female judge. What's the judge's name?
Recant.
You can't remember?
No.
Recant, remember what?
Recant. Judge Recant.
Oh, Judge Recant. I heard she gave the rapist her phone number. What is that all about?
I don't know. I thought those were pretty lame excuses.
She's pretty cute, too.
For letting some alleged rapists go anyway. Her name is Judge Donna Recant.
She should be stripping at scores. I like the way she looks.
Oh, well, maybe she will be. The two suspects who were let go, Kareem K. Murder Harris.
Kareem K. Murder?
Yeah.
That's his nickname, K. Murder?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my name is Kareem K. Murder Harris.
No bail.
No bail. Why don't you go out on the street? What is this, Judge? Incredibly thick?
And Claudius Green.
Claudius. My name is Claudius T. Green.
Bail set at $1,000.
Yeah. My name has murder in it. Okay, you're free.
Cops say the men approached these two girls, both sixth graders, whom they knew from the neighborhood, and invited them to an apartment at Green's aunt's house last Friday.
Is she appointed or is she elected to her position as judge? I know there's two ways you can become a judge.
She's a relatively new judge. Appointed.
Appointed. By who?
Giuliani.
Really? He's a pretty tough guy on crime.
He didn't see this in her, obviously.
No. I think he was blinded by her beauty.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, my dear. I believe you're going to be a judge.
The four took a cab to the apartment on 138th Street where the alleged rapes occurred. Cops say a day later, one of the girls told her aunt that the suspects held her hands down and forcibly raped her.
Okay, you're free to go.
Recant said that she decided against setting bail because neither suspect had a prior criminal record and there was no indication that either of the victims was hurt.
I say if a guy's nickname is K. Murder.
You put him under the jail.
Yeah, you bury him in cement. All right. right, let's take a break, Robin, and then...
He also noted that Harris used a condom during the sex act.
Oh, he did. Okay, all right. Well, you didn't say that.
Go.
All right, that's fair. Oh, that doesn't count. That rape doesn't count.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. I hear this judge doesn't wear anything under her robes. Oh, she's a very sexy judge. Loves these cases.
Here's an alert from Melbourne, Florida. 2 more die from ingesting bong water taffy.
Bong water taffy?
Yes.
That's a pretty wild idea. You mean they take the bong water, make taffy out of it, and then you get high from it?
Right.
Wouldn't the taffy-making process eliminate any of the marijuana in the water?
It's called drug candy, and it's known as bong water taffy. Apparently, it was ingested by 2 youths.
Hey, thanks for calling me a youth. Why did it kill him?
They've recently gotten reports that this stuff is of this stuff, so they were able to recognize the wrappers. That's why they knew that it was the bong water taffy that had caused the problem.
Do you, Jackie, do you ever have bong water taffy?
No, it sounds like that's a nickname for something.
Yeah, it can't be bong water taffy.
It's not actually taffy made out of bong water, right? It's probably some nasty drug, right?
No, maybe it is.
I'm trying to find out. Is among the list of new designer drugs surfacing in cities throughout the country.
It's bong water taffy.
And is not always considered illegal.
Okay.
See? Nothing wrong with it. It's described as a bitter, sweet, sticky, taffy-like substance coming in various colors and shapes, often in multiple colored wrappers with the names bong water taffy, junk food, etc., and nicknamed car candy.
Yeah, it must not be bong water taffy.
By street dealers. It produces a ringing sensation in the ears. Oh, ear candy. This is a bad fact.
Why would you want a ringing in your ears? I mean, I could see getting high, but why a ringing in the ears? Why would you want to pay for that? Hey, my ears are ringing.
I'm getting a buzz.
I need more of that.
It's a real one.
Very good.
So anyway,
I say let everyone drop dead from ear candy. What a way to go. Let me take a break here, Robin.
This is a terrible scourge on society.
All right.
Drug candy.
We'll be back right after these words. Wrap
the Eagle.
Okay, and Robin, what else is in the news? Anything?
Other things to get through quickly.
The Howard Stern Show.
Oh, excuse me.
Hey, why don't you let the guy have his space? Go ahead.
I didn't mean to crowd you.
No, where the hell was he?
A little delay.
Yeah.
If you want to live longer, eat less.
Oh, that's easy for you to say.
They did a test in monkeys.
Monkeys?
Yes.
Me and Jackie sitting here eating boiled chicken, trying to get thin.
And they said that when they reduced the monkeys' diet by 1/3, it reversed the aging process.
But doesn't his teeth grow?
And they were more healthy.
Really?
Their metabolism slowed. The aging process was reversed.
And their teeth get green. You notice how white my teeth are?
Oh, look at that.
Yeah. I've been bleaching them for over a week and a half.
Still doing it, huh?
Yeah. Although I have cancer of the tongue.
It's all right, though.
It's all right. I look
got a nice
great.
Smile.
Do I have a nicer smile, really?
Yes, you're very bright there.
That's pretty white.
It's pretty white, huh?
Noticeably so.
Remember how they used to be yellow?
They didn't gleam like this. They didn't listen.
I'm gorgeous. I'm a movie star.
They say it'll take some time to figure out the same if the same result occurs with humans. You know,
Robin?
Just monkey tests.
Why do my gums bleed? Can I have some of that monkey test?
Monkey test.
So, but if you want to try doing it yourself on your own, certainly it could not harm you. They gave the monkeys a balanced diet, but 1/3 less time.
Right. I think they eat chicken and barbecue sauce.
Red hot sauce.
Red hot sauce. Yeah, is that what you're eating? God, the room reeks.
There seems to be a little confusion among, there's this organization of radio talk show hosts.
Yeah, one I don't belong to.
Every year they give out an award for freedom of speech.
Yeah, they give an award to radio guys, everyone except me. Of course, I'm the guy who's completely on the front line here.
Now, did you see this year they're giving the award to Bob Grant, Alan Dershowitz, and Michael Eisner of Disney?
Yeah, Michael Eisner really is a big fan of free speech.
The guy who fired Bob.
Yeah, I mean,
for speaking his mind.
It's radio retards getting together. There's probably 20 radio guys who all get together and made an organization so they feel important. And they give awards out so they'll feel important.
So somebody will come and talk to them.
Yeah. And, of course, guys like Bob Grant and Michael Eisner, they'll show up there. They're thrilled to get an award. They gave it one year to G. Gordon Liddy because he said, why don't you blow up some cop's head or something?
Yeah, but why would you give it to the guy who spoke his mind and got fired and the guy who fired him?
Yeah, that makes no sense. Because they're trying to get somebody to show up at their stupid convention.
Yeah, I just think they're terribly confused people.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's what their award is. They say that the award is given to Grant, of course, because he was exercising his free speech when he was fired, and they give the award to Michael Eisner because he has a right to silence a voice that he finds objectionable.
How about you give the award?
Well, then that wouldn't be free speech.
Yeah, I know. How about you give the award to me, who created every one of these guys?
No, they continue to ignore it.
All right. Bob Grant and G. Gordon Liddy.
Joan Rivers continuing to figure out ways to make money. She bought that 19th century French thing called a Park View for $13,800 at the Jackie O. auction.
I knew she was up to
last
something.
Week.
Yeah.
She decided it would make a smashing scarf and pin that she could market on QVC.
Is she a step away from selling, like, Benoit balls? I mean, what?
With pictures on them?
Yeah, I mean, what is she doing? Why don't you just sell everything you own?
They haven't determined the price yet. But
I see.
She says that crass commercialism didn't start with her, so don't blame her.
Blame her.
It started when the Onassis Kennedy clan opened the doors and started the auction. So she's just doing what they started.
Mm-hmm.
So there, Joan is already anticipating some adverse reaction.
You know, luckily there's no mold anywhere of or an image of Edgar's nuts because they'd be selling those.
Yeah, because she's already recreated everything he ever gave her. She's run out of that stuff. She's now got to start buying other people's and recreating that.
Anything else in the news, Robin?
Yes, I want. Do you know who Van Cliburn is?
Of course.
Who is he?
He's lead singer in Van Halen. Van Cliburn. Van Cliburn is a very famous piano player.
That's right. He won a bunch of contests when he was a young man.
He's a child prodigy.
That's right, and he continues to go across the country giving piano concerts, very well known, well loved in that classical field, I would imagine.
And he's he wasn't a flamboyant homosexual like Liberace.
Did you know he was homosexual?
No, he's not, is he?
Well, he's being sued by a man who says...
Oh, man, I was just saying, here's a guy who did it.
No. Read this story.
No, I don't know anything about it. Well, I was right. He's not a flamboyant homosexual. Well, what is this?
He's being sued by a man who says the famed pianist...
Penis, yeah.
Kicked him out after 17 years of living together and exposed him to the AIDS virus.
Oh, for God's sake. Exposed him to the AIDS.
And guess what the guy's name is?
No.
Mr. Zaremba.
Mr. Zaremba? You're kidding.
Thomas E. Zaremba.
Wow.
I thought, Howard knew this guy.
No, it's a different Zaremba. Go ahead.
48 has filed a suit in Fort Worth saying that he helped manage Clyburn's home and business affairs and is due unspecified breach of contract damages. He says that the pianist inflicted emotional distress by having sexual encounters with partners he knew were HIV positive while with Zaremba. Neither Clyburn or Zaremba have tested positive for HIV themselves.
Amen.
However, this man now says it could have happened because the guy was cheating on him during their relationship. So now he's suing.
Okay.
So there you have it. I didn't know Van Cliburn was gay at all.
You know what? That doesn't bother me in the least.
I just found it funny that the guy was Mr. Zaremba.
I could go on with my life.
That's one of Howard's sex names.
That's right. That's the name I call myself when I'm having sex with my wife. Mr. Zaremba's in the room, honey. She hates Mr. Zaremba.
Really?
Yeah.
So does Van Cliburn.
Yeah.
They have a lot in common. And finally today, another one of those weird stories. It's happened right here in New York. A man got in his car and drove 2,000 miles.
How many miles?
2,000 miles.
Right.
To arrive here in New York. Went through a bunch of cities and towns. I don't know how often he stopped or where. He was in the car with his girlfriend. When he got to this house of his relatives, I think in the Bronx, yes. He was supposed to arrive at this restaurant on Sunday in the Bronx, and he did. When he got to the restaurant, he showed up alone. And when his sister saw him walk into the restaurant all by himself, she immediately started asking, "Where's Trudy? Where's Trudy?" the guy's girlfriend. He didn't answer. I guess he just sat down and started to eat or join his family for the dinner. The sister ran out to the car to see what was going on. She gets to his Mazda. There's Trudy sitting in the passenger seat, slumped over with a coat over her and a pool of blood lying around her feet on the floor of the car. According to police, this guy was driving with his girlfriend to work the other day when they were having an argument about his unemployment. The girlfriend pulled over to the side of the road. He then stabbed her 6 times, left her in the car, and drove to New York.
Yeah, so what?
Oh, what do you mean, so what?
P.O.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I can imagine doing that.
Oh, I guess you have to keep the windows open.
Yeah. Did he seatbelt her in? Did she slump over? That's like Weekend at Bernie's.
You know, there's a family reunion. Guy comes, the girlfriend's dead in the car,
wow.
So they, I guess one family member drove the car to the police station.
I understand
Dead
it.
girlfriend in it.
Yeah.
And then another car drove up a few moments later with the family member who had actually committed the murder, and they turned him in.
I hate driving alone.
Oh.
So I would understand that. If I was going to make a long trip, I'd want someone to talk to.
Oh, dear.
Even if they were deceased.
they make the best company.
Just knowing that, yeah, because they don't talk back. All right, thank you,
no
Robin.
backseat driving, nothing.
If I know you're there, at least I feel better.
But that's pretty wild, you know, to drive. And nobody stopped him. Weren't there tolls? I mean...
Tolls? Who looks?
Did he take her out of the car at night when he'd get to a motel?
I don't know.
I need more information.
Yeah, well, I'm sure it'll come out in the news.
There you go.
Thank you, Robin. By the way, Robin's book is out in paperback. Quivers Alive. Check it out. Good book. Jackie Penthouse Joke Page Martling. He's got a good CD out, Sergeant Pecker.
Check that out.
$12, $4 shipping and handling. Incredible special. Buy 2, get 1 free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Also, for those of you in the Albany area, very lucky, this Friday, May 3rd, the Troy Savings Bank Music Hall is hosting a night with Jackie in Troy, New York.
An evening.
An evening with Jackie.
With Jackie Martley.
Hosted by Shaky Ken, our producer up in Albany. For Jokeland's web address and info, call 516-922-WINE. Also, if you're planning a wedding or party and need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040, and we'll see you tomorrow.